Do you feel unmotivated? Do you feel like there's so much that you need to do in life and you don't know how to do it? You have no motivation. Do you feel like you suddenly run out of any energy required and you're just like, how do I get this over with? How do I even do this? Well, I'm here to tell you how to motivate yourself in 5 simple steps. Hi, I'm Ankita, and I've been on a journey to consciously and intentionally improve myself over the past 10 years. And I'm here to make your life a little bit more joyous and a little bit more happy. So join me this year as I'm on a mission to make videos every week to make our lives, yours and mine, better, little by little, every week. So here's your step number 1 to do anything and feel motivated enough to get it done. Step number 1 is to find your why. You need to know for yourself, why exactly do you even need to do the thing that you need to do? Is it important for you to just do it without any reason? Well, that's never going to make you feel motivated. You need to understand what the underlying why is for you to be able to do what needs to be done. Why is it important for you to complete that task which is on your list? What is your ultimate goal when you actually achieve that task? So here's what I want you to do. Get out that pen and paper and just make a list of all the whys. Give me 4 tasks that you feel completely unmotivated to do, and then ask yourself, what is my why for even wanting to do this task? Is it even important enough to have a why attached to it? And to be very honest, this will also help you prioritize, because is it really a you thing, or is it something that's being imposed on you and you don't really have a why and you feel just influenced like you need to do it? Is it even something that's a priority for you personally? And see, sometimes you might have things that are not really your priority but still need to be done. But then in that case, what is your why? Your why is associated with why you have to do it for somebody else. Maybe it's your family and you really love them and you want to make sure that they feel supported by you doing that task, right? Maybe it's for your promotion. It's like that is what is going to impress your boss. So what is your why? You want career success, and that's why you have to do it. And that's your motivation, because this is what will get you there, right? So you need to get clear about what your particular why for that particular task is. And see, if you're not able to find a very good why for yourself, either you need to look closer or that task is not even something that you need to prioritize. Okay, so your step 1 was to find your why, which is going to get you moving. Step 2. Now that you know what your why is and you're completely sure about why it is a why and why it is even a priority for you to do that task that needs to be done, count yourself backwards from 5. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up and just start doing that task. Now, the way that you need to do this is by giving yourself grace to try for 5 minutes. You try for 5 minutes, and if you're not able to do it, you're allowed to quit. You're allowed to quit for now and come back later if you need to, if your why is still strong enough, okay? I'll give you a very practical example of how I kind of use this in my life. Now, your girl doesn't really want to get up in the morning and do all those exercises, but my why is strong enough there. I want to have better health results for myself and my screening, and I don't want people around me, my loved ones, to have to worry about my health. It's more about them than me in this case, but I care about that more. That's my bigger motivation. So what do I do? Every morning when I wake up and I don't really want to get up and exercise, I allow myself the grace to say, hey, I'll just try for 5 minutes. I'll get up and I'll do 1 Surya Namaskar, nothing more, nothing less, just 1. What happens then is we're using that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here goes the blanket and out comes Ankita, and I just have the yoga mat next to my bed. I just roll it off and I'm like, okay, let's do 1 Surya Namaskar. Lo and behold, do you know what happens? I end up doing at least 11, and I know you're going to be like, 11 is not enough. Well, it's better than 0, isn't it? Another way I kind of trick myself into doing these things, and this is related to home chores, because I'm like, I'm so tired, it's been such a busy day, I don't want to do it. I use that coffee logic, and I'm like, Ankita, you will need this coffee cup in the morning because this is your favorite cup, and you need to wash this to have your lovely coffee in the morning. So I'm like, okay, I'll just wash this cup. And I start washing this cup, and I'm like, my hands are already wet, I'm already here, the soap is on the scrubber. I'll just do a few more dishes. I end up doing all the dishes that need to be done and then cleaning around, wiping down the counter, cleaning the cooking area and the slabs and the floor itself. Here, you're done in 15 minutes, all the cleaning that needs to be done. If you do it frequently, it doesn't take that long. If you are just doing it weekly, it takes much longer. So like you're able to do it quickly as well. So that's how I trick myself into doing something else as well. Because I know my why is what? I want to have a good coffee in the morning. I want to have that coffee in a relaxed manner in my favorite cup. And that's your step 2 after knowing your why, to just start doing it. Now here's your step 3. After you have known what your why is and you've started doing, given yourself a good fair shot to at least do it for 5 minutes, here comes your step 3. Now what you need to do here is you need to set small goals to build momentum. Now the reason that this is important is, like, I gave you some quick ideas, quick hacks to get those 5-minute things done, to do those dishes and stuff like that. But if you need to work on something that's big and requires more time, you need to sustain that motivation. And in order for you to be able to sustain that motivation, you need to have different checkpoints between your end goal and your start point. Those smaller goals that you have in line, en route to your end goal, are very good points for you to actually recalibrate and actually look at, is my why still holding true? Just go back and see, like, is my why still motivating enough? Is it still important? Do I still need to do what needs to be done? I'll give you an example of how I use this in practical life, because I've had such a busy week. It was so tiring, but I was committed to my goal here to make a video this week. So what did I do? I knew I was going to be tired and I knew I need to do the things that need to. So I broke the task in multiple points and I was like, okay, I need to come up with the title and the content for the video. That's one step. I need to record the video, then I will have to edit the video, and I will have to upload the video and get it ready. And I broke this end goal into these smaller goals. And at each checkpoint of those smaller goals, I was able to see if I need to pivot, if I need to reprioritize, if I need to recalibrate. It's also a very good time for me to just look and be like, okay, my energy is better for this right now compared to that. Sometimes I'm in the mood to not be in front of camera. Sometimes I'm in the mood to do the background work, which is required. So, well, maybe I'll do the research now, while I'll do the recordings on another day and things like that. It's important for most people to break down the end goal into smaller habits and then take it from there. And that also allows you to not feel like, oh my God, I have so much to do. Yes, you do. Yes, you got it. And the way to do it is by step-by-step approach. Have smaller goals. That's how you're able to do your bigger tasks without losing motivation. Step number 4 is where the fun comes in. Now, you've understood this is your why. You've understood I'm going to just do it. And these are the small steps in between that need to be done. Now you need to make your process fun as well. How can you do that? For me, it tends to be music. Like, what I do is, like, any chore that I need to do at home at night, I love listening to BTS. So I'm going to put that on and I'm going to do what needs to be done. And maybe just get a little bit of steps in as well to do something, which is completely boring, irritating, and you really don't want to do it. You can request a friend to body double with you, your partner or somebody to just sit across from you if you are in the same physical space. If you're not, you can call on a friend and just be like, hey, I'm working on something. Do you mind just being with me on the call? And you can do what you need to do as well. So that way, there's a little bit of engagement. You don't really have to be like, you don't have to feel alone. You can feel a little bit supported, so that somebody can also be like, when you're going like, oh, I don't know what to do, they can always just push you on and be like, oh, you've got this, you can do this. Like, make it enjoyable. The task needs to be enjoyable. So I read somewhere that if you need to do extremely creative work, looking at vast expanse, you have a higher view, something like a penthouse view or something, that's going to open your mind to bigger horizons. So that's a good tip. And if you need to get something completely analytical done, you need like that razor focus, no distractions, so you can get your headphones on, the light a little bit around you so you're not distracted by your environment, and you just get that work done. Find ways to find your joys in the moment that make your task easier. There has to be something about the task that you enjoy, right? Even if it is like super analytical something, there's something about it that you enjoy, and try to build that up. Try to use that as your motivation in the moment. And here comes the last step, step number 5. I told you that's my favorite step, right? And that's for a reason. Can you guess what the 5th step is? The 5th step to not lose your motivation is to treat yourself. I personally feel we as a society do not celebrate enough. I personally feel like we as a society do not do enough to celebrate what we do. It's a hard life. It can be quite tough, and we need to find ways to celebrate for ourselves for everything that you do. And you can treat yourself in different ways. It can be a good meal, you know, a good letter to yourself in the gratitude journal at night. Good job, Ankita, I'm proud of you. Clicking a beautiful picture and capturing it and sharing it with somebody and saying, I got this done, so proud of myself. I feel like there's so many different ways that a person can treat themselves, because, you need something good at the end after putting in all the work. So that's it, guys. Those are your 5 steps to find motivation to do anything that needs to be done. First of all, you're going to find your why, as to why is it important enough to actually do the action that needs to be done. Step number 2 is going to just get up and do that step anyways, and give yourself 5 minutes to just try. And you're allowed to quit after that for a bit and come back again, recalibrate. Step number 3, when you're trying to achieve something that is longer time duration, you need to have small steps in between to check in on your progress, to find your why, recalibrate if you need to, but not make it like completely tedious towards the end, so that you keep that motivation on your journey towards the end, okay? Step number 4 is to find ways to make it enjoyable. What makes it enjoyable for you? Is it music? Is it company? Is it something else? What can you do? And step number 5 is to not forget to celebrate yourself. You need to treat yourself. That's a command. Do it now. So you're going to treat yourself for completing that goal, so that you're not losing that motivation for something else that needs to be done in the future. It's important. You did it. Yay! You did it! I'm proud of you! Woohoo! So there you have it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If there was anything in this video that resonated with you, please do like, share and comment below. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Also, let me know what kind of videos and what kind of topics would you like me to cover going forward. And do click that subscribe button so that you can keep seeing my content in future. And for now, that's about it, and I'll see you next week. Bye!